What's up, everybody? This is Zack, aka Zacky, creator of Jelly Radio and other podcasts, including not just Jelly Radio, but Benka Radio, Lambda Radio, Quantum Radio, GT Radio, Mu Radio, GT Radio, if I haven't mentioned it already, and so many more podcasts. You can check them all out at lefrenzy.co. That's F-R-E-N. That's LEFRENZY.co. They're all on Spotify. This is Coffee with Zach in English, so let's drink a little bit of coffee. Here we go. And we're going to drink a little bit of water since I'm going to be speaking a lot. All right, so first of all, I want to wish you guys, I don't know if I'll be able to create one more video next week. I think I can do one more video next week before Halloween because it is Halloween at the end of October. So happy Halloween, all this and that. I hope you have a safe Halloween. Make sure not to eat too much candy because you might get sick and all this and that. You don't want to get diabetes. Okay, let's go ahead and go and start with the show. Before I do want to mention I've been watching the new season 3 of The Diplomat, and it's awesome. It's really nice. I don't know about all the twists and turns yet because I haven't finished the season. I got about like 2 more episodes, but very good season so far and a great cast, great acting from Kerry Russell and the guy who portrays her husband, all this and that. So it's really, really great acting so far, and really like the season so far. All right, anyway, let's do the show. This is for Monday, October 20th, 2025. The second day of No Kings demonstration got underway across the country 4 months after the first, with large crowds gathering purported to 2,500 plus cities and towns to express their disdain for the Trump administration. Attendees could outnumber the sizable quantity seen in June. On Friday, Mr. Trump told Fox News, "I'm not a king." This was actually very successful. There was like over 7 million people in the streets over the weekend protesting against Trump because, as you know, Trump is pretty much a homunculus. For those who know their Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood mythology, and Trump is just a really bad guy. Please read all the articles that are talking about the No Kings Day. I'll mention them later in the podcast and in the vlog. Next part of this article from the brief from The Economist, it's mentioning that there were delegations from Afghanistan and Pakistan who met in Qatar in an attempt to resolve a crisis that has led to dozens of deaths. A 48-hour ceasefire agreed after a week of violence ending on Friday night and was followed by further assaults. Pakistan claims that Afghanistan is harboring militants that have been striking across the border. Afghanistan have been made similar claims about its neighbors. This is by like I said, the articles from The Economist. It's the brief. Be sure to read it. Okay. As you know, the ceasefire ended in Afghanistan and Pakistan, but it's really important that the ceasefire continues. There's no need for bloodshed between both countries. On another scenario, it appears that India has been helping Afghanistan, which is nice. But the thing is, if they really want to help, they need to help the Northern Alliance just take control of Afghanistan. That's what should be happening. Next story is from 1843 magazine of The Economist, and the article is "The School for Wildlife Traffickers." So be sure to check out that story. Up next, Deal or No Deal, Gaza in the Balance. This is by the Economist podcast. Be sure to check out the article. It's getting really dangerous right now because Gaza ceasefire hasn't lasted. Israel has bombed in more than 40 or 100 times after the ceasefire. So it's really, it's hanging on by a thread. And even now, VP Vance, JD Vance, is talking to Netanyahu to get that Gaza ceasefire push deal through, because everyone is really tired. It was time for a ceasefire, and Netanyahu didn't listen. So we really need to, it's been trying to arm wrestle him to get him to really stop the situation, the atrocities, the genocide in the Gaza Strip. Up next, as U.S.-India trade talks stall, Political sticking points are starting to drag on economic outcomes. EIU unpacks what that means for the tariff timeline, growth forecast, and bilateral relations. This is by the Economist Intelligence Units. Be sure to check it out. Up next, by Harvard Business Review, how CEO manage stress. Very important. Um, Up next, it's scary to think that I could have died. The Americans coming back from the fentanyl addictions by the BBC. Up next, Z is never giving up on his newfound leverage over Trump. This is by Bloomberg. Up next, Pakistan and Afghanistan agreed to immediate ceasefire after peace talk in Doha. This is by Reuters. What we know about the torture abuse of Palestinian prisoners by Israel. This is by Al Jazeera News. Up next, what comes after starvation in Gaza. This is by New Yorker. OpenAI suspend MLK deepfakes on Sora after disrespectful videos. OpenAI now says that estates and representatives for public figures can opt out of Sora videos. It's by The Verge. Peace in Gaza won't last if Netanyahu stays in office by Vox. This is a very important article. It really goes to show that if Netanyahu stays in office, there's not going to be peace in Gaza. It's not happening. So it's really important that Netanyahu gets kicked out and we need a new prime minister in Israel as soon as possible. Spyware maker Israeli NSO group is blocked from WhatsApp. This is great news. As you know, Israeli spyware, malware, NSO is very dangerous. Spies on everybody. Spies in your phone. Spyware, NSO, Israeli group Pegasus steals all your information worldwide. Steals your data, your privacy, and even your crypto. So as you know, you always do you want to know if the Israelis are good or bad? They're bad. They're bad because Pegasus from Israeli NSO malware spyware, it steals all your information. So now you know. And if you don't want to, you're not too sure, all you have to do is go to The Intercept, which is a magazine, a website kind of like thevice.com, and go and ask for the report from The Intercept on NSO malware spyware Pegasus. Okay, up next, it's surprisingly easy to stumble into a relationship with an AI chatbot. This is by MIT Technology Review. Check out the article. Up next, air traffic controllers say pilots and flight attendants are sending them free food. The shutdown has them working with no pay. This is by Business Insider. This is really sad. Really, really sad. I'm tired of this. Air traffic controllers do incredible work. Their work is very dangerous, very tough. They work on outdated technology. All their software is pretty much useless because it's so old. If you want to know what it's like, ask them to do a documentary on PBS Frontline. All they have is a bunch of little screens that are in green, and it shows all those little flights. And it's so outdated, the software is so old, and they have to make sure one flight does not go into the same path as another flight. You know, with all these goddamn software technologies that we have, can't you guys make them a better operating system? This is so old technology, it's so ancient. Someone needs to provide a big software revolution and make their job much better. Air traffic controllers have been using the same technology for like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It's the same goddamn screen with the little green dots and the little flight numbers. Path. Make something better. They want something better. Make it happen. If you have to hire a goddamn game video studio, just do it. Electronic Arts doesn't matter. Just get somebody to make them a better system for the whole FAA. You need to happen. It needs to happen. Everything congested. There's not enough air traffic controllers. There's a lot of flights in the air. Eventually, accidents are about to happen, like they happened, what was it, a couple of months ago or last year when there was a bunch of airplanes accidents. That can happen again. We have to prevent that. And once again, give them food. You know, they're air traffic controllers. Let them eat some free food. God damn it. Same for, and thank you to the pilots and flight attendants who send them free food. Next story, free events at ADE. Electronic music belongs to everyone that connects dancers, artists, and neighborhoods across the world. And next week, the city of Amsterdam come for discovery, stay for a community. This edition of editorial picks maps over 110 free moments to join our movement, from fairs and record stores to late night showcase and public art. This is going on this week. ADE is going on this week in Amsterdam Dance Event in Amsterdam. I really wish I could be there once again. The powers that be, I'm I've never was able to receive a contact that could give me free tickets to Amsterdam. I wasn't getting invited. I didn't get KLM tickets to fly there. I didn't get the ADE tickets. I didn't get rental cars. I didn't get food vouchers. I didn't get none of that. Or hotels. If I had all that, I would be there. I could hang out with you guys, collaborate with the DJs, and talk about Jet Lag Radio and the journey I've been on for over a decade. Um, I hope that I can do that next year. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait up a whole other year again. It's really sad. Um, Up next, and like I said, guys, I've been DJing for a long time with Jet Lag Radio. I really want a new car, and I really wanted that Audi R6 Avant or Audi R7. I really wanted that car. Or a BMW M5 Touring. That's fine as well. But Mercedes is doing a AMG 53 wagon. I will gladly take that. I will gladly take it. Porsche Panamera GTS. That's fine as well. It's not a wagon, but maybe they'll make a wagon next year. I don't know. Up next, No Kings protest live updates. Millions march against Trump in nationwide day of protests by the Guardian. It was providing coverage on all the commotion that was happening over the weekend. Up next, by the New York Times, protesters denounce Trump unite across the U.S. Protesters are expected to gather in more than 2,600 cities and towns to oppose presidential actions they see as authoritarian. This is by the New York Times. Hey guys, there was 7 million people in the streets protesting against Trump. It was very well done. And guess what? There was no arrest. And no police were injured. It was really great. Up next, Bernie blasts Trump's at No Kings protests, but names 3 other billionaires as part of the problem. Huffington Post. If I remember correctly, the 3 billionaires he complained about were Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg. Up next, the end of the old Instagram. Efforts to make social media safe for teenagers are starting to get a little weird. This is by The Atlantic. Be sure to check that out. Up next, No Kings protest against Trump draws large crowds across the country. This is another article about the No Kings Day protest over the weekend. This is by the Washington Post. Up next, the Ukrainian army faces the challenges of Trumpian diplomatic zigzag. This is by Le Monde. Up next, how to flirt online. This is by Mashable. Up next, introducing the fall 2025 issue of Vice magazine, a Deftone special. This is by Vice. Up next, Trump's Gaza ceasefire deal is already falling Palestinians. This is by The Intercept. Up next, this rare green comet won't return for 1,000 years. Here's how to see it this week. This is by Nat Geo. Up next, No Kings protest. Marches are underway around the country. This is more about the No Kings protest. Thousands are expected at second No Kings rally at the California Capitol. This is by Capital News. This was locally. This was in Sacramento. Up next, Octobre 2025 en kiosque. This is by Le Monde Diplomatique. This is in French. Up next, the rise of durian diplomacy in Asia. Soft powers rest on a divisive spiky fruit. This is by Foreign Policy. Up next, a grand strategy of reciprocity, how to build an empire, an economic and security order that works for America. This is by Foreign Affairs. Up next, NatSec Edge special report. It's by Cypher Brief. So a big thank you to Susan Kelly at the Cypher Brief. As you know, I don't have my membership anymore because I can't afford to. So I was able to read that special report, 39 pages. Really means a lot. It was well written, really nice. Unfortunately, it is outdated because it was for 2025 and we're a little bit later in 2025. We're now almost at the end of 2025. We're almost in 2026. So the report did not have enough content about Ukraine and especially the Gaza Strip. There's been almost no content about the genocide in Gaza, and that does feel like the report is a little bit whitewashed. So it's really important that you write a new report at the Cypher Brief and mention the atrocities and the genocide in the Gaza Strip. Thank you, Susan Kelly. And Susan Kelly, if you can, please give me free membership to the Cypher Brief so I can read it. Really would mean a lot. Thank you so much. Up next, Spy Way of Life, France, the 1919 Paris Speakeasy or Secret Refuge for the President's Men. This is Intelligence Online in French, so be sure to check it out. Up next, How the Brain Moves from Walking Life to Sleep and Back Again. This is by Quantum Magazine. Um, Up next, Atlas Experiment, Curiosity Drives Discovery. The Atlas Experiment at CERN brings together thousands of scientists and engineers from around the world to explore the building blocks of the universe. Watch our intro video, now available in 6 languages on YouTube. This is by CERN. Up next, Discovery Alert, baby planet photographed in a ring around a star for the first time. It's by NASA. And then I say, what's up, everybody? This is Zack, and there's gonna be Coffee with Zack vlog for tonight, which I'm doing right now. Like I said, guys, thank you so much for those people that attended the No Kings protest. Really important thing to do, especially just to show that Trump is an authoritarian, and we really need a new special counsel like Jack Smith who can take care of the situation and deal with these charges that Trump is facing, because the government has been way too authoritarian, and it's just been really bad. It's been really, really bad. Things need to change, and it's just been very scary, and we're so far away from midterms 2026 and presidential elections 2028. I want to give a big shout out to one of my little brother. One of my little brother did the Ironman in Sacramento. So good job to you. It was amazing. You're I'm very astounded that you were to do this. It's as you know, an Ironman is very, very hard. It's not an easy feast. Let me explain to you guys how hard it is. An Ironman is a long distance triathlon. You have to do a 2.4-mile swim. You have to do a 112-mile bicycle ride, and you have to do a 26.2-mile marathon run, totaling 140.6 miles. So that is extremely hard. So congrats to my brother who did that. I know it's a huge accomplishment, and so really good job to that. I also was able to hang out with my cousins over the weekend, and a really exciting time for me to hang out with them. They've come a long way. It's just really exciting. Some of them are all kinds of different professions, and I'm really ecstatic by the work that they've accomplished over the years. It goes to show to you that it's important to have an education. Back then they were just studying. They didn't have an education. They were just working fast food, flipping burgers. And I told them, keep doing your education, do your education. And eventually they got their education, and now they're doing all kinds of jobs. And now they're no longer flipping burgers. I say, see, now we got some fast food, and say, look how far you've come, and look how amazing it is. So if you work fast food, don't worry. Get your degrees, get your high school diploma, get your associate degree, get your college degree, and eventually you'll move on to higher and better places. You don't have to work fast food forever. Just keep your education, listen to Bank Your Radio, study, and eventually you'll go to the next level. You can do it. I believe in you. That's the way of great teacher Onizuka. Onizuka Sensei says it. Don't worry, I'll make school fun for you. Make it happen. Do your homework, play a little bit of video games, do your homework, play a little bit of video games, and eventually you'll get your diploma, your certificate, your associate, and your college degree. You can do it. Okay, I love my Economist magazine. There's really all kinds of great stuff in the Economist magazine, and big shout out to the Takaishi Sane, the new leader of Japan, the new prime minister of Japan. Now she is a little bit racist apparently because she's conservative, but please make sure not to kick out all the foreigners from Japan, because Japanese foreign population that contributed a lot to the economy. So please don't do that. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I have a copy of Battlefield 6, so I will play it, but now I'm just trying to finish up Battlefield 2042. I'm just trying to level up a little bit more levels, and then I will play Battlefield 6. I just got it's a big install. It's going to take a while to install, and I'll get it done. I'll try to live stream the single player mission, before I just play online with all you guys, especially all the guys that we've been playing Battlefield for over 20 years and we don't even know each other's name. It's just that we were playing from back in the old days of Battlefield 2. We were all stuck in that APC fighting all sorts of battles, and we've been through so many adventures together. And yeah, okay. As always, we're still playing a lot of NBA 2K25 and FC25. My season with Manchester United. Big shout out to Manchester United for beating Liverpool. Amazing, beating them in Liverpool and Anfield. It hasn't happened in like 10 years or something like that. It was crazy. And for this season of NBA, please, big shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Big shout out to Sacramento Kings. And obviously, big shout out to the LA Lakers. Big shout out to the Golden State Warriors because I like San Francisco. I want to work in San Francisco. But obviously, I'm very pleased to give a big shout out to the Portland Blazers because now, after all that has happened, Dame Lillard is now back in Portland Blazers. Now he's not playing because he's injured, but he's there for emotional support, for motivation, and hopefully the Portland Blazers will do amazing. And I wish I could be eating wings with my ex-wife and watch some basketball, but that is not the case. I'm really sad. It's actually kind of an anniversary right now, anniversary of our honeymoon a few years ago, where we went to Germany at the Nürburgring, and my dream location. So I can't thank her enough. I had so much fun going there, and it was just so much fun. We went to Germany, then we went to France, and it was just a wonderful time, and I really miss it. And I know that in a parallel universe, if I had a career job, if I was getting paid, she would have not left me because I'd be able to pay for the bills. I'd be able to pay for the mortgage and all this and that. So I can't apologize enough, and I just hope that I get a position. That it appears that if I can't get a job with Intel Corporation again, AMD just opened their offices across the street from Intel in Folsom. So AMD, please push some new job openings, and I will apply as soon as possible as a project manager, as a business analyst, whatever. I'm eager to work, and I want to have a salary, and I want to make a living again. And whether I get back with my ex-wife or whether I meet a new woman, I do need to get back out there. It's been a year since I'm separated, and now 3 months that I'm divorced. As you know, for someone, what I'm looking for is a woman that likes technology, world affairs, for affaires étrangères, electronic music, anime, manga, video games, and motorsports. I really like racing. I really like cars and Formula One and all that stuff. Yeah, if you happen to be a woman that reads The Economist, that would be really fun. Or if you're a bookworm and like books as well, that would be fun as well. Okay, guys, that's it for my video. Really miss you guys. Really nice to talk. And then I'll record my video in French for Tuesday, Café with Zack in French. And if you're wondering why I don't do translation for the French video, that's all the more reason for you guys, to motivate you guys to learn French. Please learn French. You should really learn French. French is a great language. I love French, and I miss France. And I want to be able to travel back and forth between France and United States and France, because it's my hometown. Rennes is my hometown. It's where I grew up. It's where my childhood friends are. It's where my best friends are. I just miss France so much, and I want to work in France. I'm back here. If I could do it, as I'm pissed off with the State Department lately, I really love the Quai d'Orsay, and I love to work for the Quai d'Orsay. It would really make me very happy. Okay, guys, that's it for right now. And a big shout out to the intelligence community. You guys will do an impeccable job, and stop this Trump administration being mad at John Brennan, of a former CIA director, and Jack Smith, former FBI special counsel. Those two men are heroes to our nation. They did incredible work, and the Trump administration will face prison time eventually. This is what's going to happen. There's no other way around it. Trump has 34 felonies. Trump was involved with Trump Russia. Trump was a KGB asset for like 20, 40 years. And it's all going to come crashing down eventually. There's uh, uh, there's FBI investigation towards it. There's even hacking collectives that are leaking documents because they know that the election was stolen in 2024. There were ballots that were missing that were found. There were sheriff's offices that found ballots missing at homelessness camps of a bunch of ballots missing and burnt and all this and that. So we know something iffy was going on in the 2024 election, and it's likely that Kamala Harris won the election and won the 270 votes. So there's a lot of things to talk about, and big shout out to Erin Burnett on Out Front on CNN. I really love her show. She's actually very pretty too, which is nice. And a big shout out to Christian Amanpour for talking in the Middle East, everything in the Middle East. Christian Amanpour has been a wonderful special reporter, correspondent, and she's doing an impeccable job. And yeah, Anderson Cooper, you do a great job as well. It's just that I prefer those women, and they're doing an amazing job. But Anderson Cooper, keep up the good work. You're doing great. And yeah. All right. Keep up the good work, everybody. Do your homework, and then you can play video games on the weekends. I'm addressing to all the teenage kids and all the guys in college and gals in college. You'll regret it if you don't wait until the weekend to play, because you got to finish your homework, finish those term papers, finish those homework assignments. That's how you'll feel better about yourself. Trust me. Okay, and I want to play some Sonic. I didn't have time, but I will try to play some Sonic. I'll do my best. And doing some side missions of Death Stranding 2, as always, the hardest game to play. Really complicated game. Not for the faint of heart, especially right now with Halloween. Very scary game, very disturbing game. So it's rated M for mature, 17 and up. So do not avert your eyes if you see me play Death Stranding 2 if you're not of age. You have to be 17 and above to watch this game. It's a very scary game. Cyberpunk 2077, I will continue that game as soon as I can again. I'm playing it in Japanese with English subtitles. It's wonderful. Right now I'm at a boss battle with a big robot, and we're definitely going to do that boss battle soon. I'm also playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Amazing game, fun game. Unfortunately, the fighting style for this game is annoying. It's back to the turn-based style, and I hate that. I really hate that. It's really boring. I don't like it. All right, gotta go, guys. Gotta record another video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye-bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Everything's on the website, Zack.coffee. That's Zack.coffee. Bye-bye.